Hi, I'm Jeremy, and I'm your host of TmWTV, where we try to answer your questions about wine right here on the internet. And today I have a special guest, Mike.
How are you? Thanks for having me.
From Boston.
Well,
and today we've been asked a question about value wines and what they mean and how to define them. And this person who did not submit their name asked to actually put a price point. Does it have to be $20 or less to be considered a value wine? And I know what I think, but Mike, I'll let you answer.
Okay, so for me, a value wine doesn't have a price at all. It's exactly what you think the wine tastes like and what you think the value of it is. So for example, if you taste a $20 bottle of wine that you think outshines that price point, and you feel like it drinks more like a $40 or $50 bottle of wine, that to me would be a value wine.
I agree.
So I guess in essence, any bottle of wine that you drink that you feel outshines its price point would to me be a value wine.
So that's correct. It's correct. And often, we're talking primarily about buying at retail, but if you're one of those individuals who's involved with buying wine at auction, for example, and you get a very good deal, you're also kind of buying into the value proposition that you're maybe getting a bottle of Bordeaux for $30 or $35, which at retail maybe is $50, $60 or more. It's all relative. There are, obviously we talk about wines that cost $5, and we talk about wines that cost $500, and they can all be value wines. So we thought that, so it's all in the eye of the beholder, or the palate of the beholder, so to speak. So today we thought we'd do this experiment, judging 2 Cabernet Bordeaux type blends blind. And
so we have no idea what these are.
No idea what these are.
We don't know the prices. We don't know what they are. All we know is that they're Bordeaux blends.
I think one is between 10 and 15, and the other is between 40 and 50.
Fair enough. So let's pour.
So again, equal temperature and equal pours.
Equal temperature. They were both open at the same time, which was about, I guess, an hour ago. So I've had at least a little bit of time to.
Okay. So we have 2. Let's see if any of them. We have a spit bucket too.
Yeah, we do.
Bring up the spit bucket.
Bring out the spit bucket.
All right, I'm going to try the one on the left first. Let's give it a little. I'm not going to try. Okay. All right. Well, the one on the left to me is, and again, this has less to do with value, but we'll see. We'll see if the cheaper wine tastes better or worse than the more expensive wine in the end. The first one seems a little closed.
I was going to say the same thing. I'm not getting much on the nose, really at all. It's kind of tough.
So let's just go into the taste.
Just a tiny bit of fruit.
Dry. I'm not getting a whole lot of this one.
Yeah. Really dry, grippy mouthfeel. There's not a whole lot coming through on my palate. So I guess the nose reflects the palate, or the palate reflects the nose. It's just a closed kind of an effort.
Yeah. I don't particularly care for it, but let's just see what the second one is. Now this is giving up a lot more.
A whole lot more.
I'm getting.
I mean, I would guess that there was, if I had to guess, Cab Franc I feel like is definitely in this wine.
It's still fairly tight. It's similar to the first one. It's, wow, it's dry.
Yeah. Again,
both fairly close, but this one's giving up more, a little sense of cedar or tobacco.
I'm getting also a green pepper, which is why I was going with the Cab Franc. And a little even fresh, like freshly cracked black pepper, which makes me think Cab Sauvignon.
Mike has a much more sophisticated palate than I do.
That's not true.
Yeah, you know, if I had to guess offhand, I would say that this wine is the less expensive of the two, only because it's not giving me anything to really think about. And the second one is also quite close, but is more interesting on the nose, much more interesting.
And the one thing, if I can point something out for me, the one on the left, which we think is the less expensive, it feels closed off in kind of a dormant wine, and I feel like it's not going to get any better. As opposed to the one on the right, I feel like it's closed, it's tight, but over time I feel like this will offer much more to you if you're going to drink this wine. I
agree. So we're at least in agreement. We might be wrong, but let's see what the wine that we didn't like was. Oh, too bad. It's a very young 2007 Bordeaux Superior, which means essentially the grapes can come from anywhere in Bordeaux, but it's given this extra designation of Bordeaux Superior. It's a Chateau Haut-Gay, which I have liked in the past. It's Merlot, Cabernet, and Cab Franc. And it's young, so I really wouldn't expect a lot from a 2007 Bordeaux. And this is about $10, no, $13.
I think it's $13.50.
And the second wine is a Cologne Ségur from the same vintage. So a much more important wine. Is it worth $40?
$36.99.
$36.99. I'd say, you know, is it 3 times the experience as this? No.
No.
And for that reason alone makes the Haut-Gay the value wine. So there you go. Kind of switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
See now I said I'd rather pay $13 for this and have the experience, which were very similar, other than the nose, which was very pretty, very enjoyable here, but the palate and the finish were almost identical.
Yeah.
So there you go. I don't know. Did we learn something?
I did.
I did. Thanks. And thanks for sending your questions into TmWTV.